Record to the cloud.
There you go. Okay.
We are recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Stupid light going right across my eyeballs, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm not Courtney Bohr, obviously. As you can see in my picture, I did not look like that. I'm sure you guys know Kristen Kirkendall, one of your presidential uplines. I am interviewing Ashley Norberg. I hope I said that right. Tonight we're rescheduling. I know they were like I know it was like you couldn't help it, but they were like so bummed whenever I was like, I'm sorry, changing it. Happy that we rescheduled. So just start out. I'm trying to find the thing that I sent you. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
No questions. Yeah, but just start with telling your story, why you joined, and what happened like between then and now.
Okay, so I'll keep it short and sweet. Tiffany found me on Instagram. She literally was liking like 5, 6 of my posts, and I'm like, who is this lady? So guys, it really does pay to do that. And I looked at her page. I absolutely loved her lifestyle, so I followed her. I became actually a hair, skin, nails, girl. Funny story real quick. After I ordered the hair, skin, nails, I saw the model, and I was like, I texted her, oh my God, I want to be a model. And she never responded to me. And I was so mad, but obviously that's just how we market the customer program. But anyways, so I was a customer. I stopped up for 3 months. I didn't do anything for a year. At this time, I was a freshman at Purdue. So I was 18 years old. Honestly, making money wasn't my priority. I was in a sorority. I was partying. I was doing the whole thing. And finally, my sophomore year, I was broke as a joke, living in the house still. I was taking 18 credit hours, double majoring in Cranner, management and marketing. Literally, part-time job was the last thing on my mind. I just didn't have time to do it. We got brought together back to Tiffany. I texted her February 29th and was like, hey, do you still have a spot open for, your whatever, I think it was like VIP team or something like that. And she texted me back right away. And it was actually the last night to get the Ruby bonus, the $1,000 Ruby bonus. Okay. And I literally had $20 in my checking account, and my savings account, I had $114 and some change. She told me, $99. I called my dad, pitched it to him so good. I was like, listen, I'll have a wrap party. I'll make it back right away. He said no. I was pissed. I literally just hung up, and I told him, I said, fine, I'll figure out how to do it. And I just said, screw it. And I pulled it out of my savings account. And after I got gas, I had 93 cents to my name for about 3.5 weeks. Because that was when we got paid for, obviously, with It Works. And so during that 1 month, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. So I don't know who here is new. I had no idea what I was doing. Tiffany sent me a text. I did everything that she kind of went out. I was like, I don't have any products because I only tried one thing. So I went to top leaders, and I like Cassie Nero and Tiffany and Alyssa, and I just copied the right cat. I just used them as inspiration. I learned how they're wording the things. I ended up going Ruby in my first month, so I hit my $1,000 bonus, thank God. That was broke. And after that, this is kind of where I don't want to go too much into how everything's changed, because it's been kind of a roller coaster for me. So I've been in almost 2 years now, guys. February will make 2 years. When people ask me, how long have you been working? I literally want to laugh and be like, a year. Because my first year, I had my head so far up my butt. I'll be honest with you guys. I went Ruby, and then I just stopped. I literally just stopped. My paycheck went in half. I mean, I'm sure if someone can hopefully relate. It was, I would go hard and then I would stop, and I'd go hard and then I'd stop. And finally, my junior year, I kind of had a wake-up call, and that's something we're going to talk about later, and the aha moments and stuff like that, where I kind of was just like, what the hell are you doing? You have an amazing opportunity on your hands. Why are you not using this? And I really buckled down. I'll go over later on what I did. And once I decided mentally to do that, the next, I think in 2 months, I went from barely holding, literally, I was distributor rank, guys. And my checks for $180. That was it. So I went from distributor rank to diamond in 2 months of actively working. So that's why I'm I really haven't been working for that long. And now I'm here. So I'm obviously a diamond. I'm doing this full time now. I graduate Purdue early in December. I'm so excited. And moving to North Carolina with hopefully it's going to happen, but my future husband. So he's in the military, so that's where he's stationed, which is a big part of my why. And so I know some people, I think, have seen that video of me, Kim K, ugly crying, but that's a huge reason why I do what I do. So that's my story.
I love your story. It's crazy because like so many people really do like promote really fast at the beginning and then they just stop. And it's like, why would you ever stop? It's just so crazy.
It's so hard to get back into it. That's something I went live on our page today. I'm like, if you ever kind of like get burnt out, it happens. Just do not stop. If anything, that's the time that you need to keep pushing more, because let me tell you, when you get out of that flow, right, of posting, you're going to stare at your phone and be like, what do I post? Like, I don't know what to do. I'm so burnt out. I have nothing to say. So don't even allow yourself to get that way, because it is a hole you have to dig yourself out of. I actually almost quit 3 times because I was so angry that I wasn't making the money, but I wasn't putting in the work. So if I would have quit when I wanted to quit, I would obviously be really working at my job.
Yes, I'm sorry. She is like, oh my God. What? Okay, you said you didn't want to watch that movie. Okay, here. There you go. Now go watch it. Sorry.
No,
I think she's just like, refuses to go to bed, but then she's supposed to stay on the couch, and that's not working very well. So hopefully my husband will be home soon. But they put together some questions. So first question, since you're in college, obviously, and you do this full time outside of college right now. So are you involved with things around campus? If so, how do you find the time for your business?
So I'm really bad about this, guys. Not gonna lie. Like my freshman, sophomore year, I was way more involved on campus. Like I said, I was in a sorority, which I had like leadership positions in there. But I actually ended up dropping my sorority after my sophomore year. It was not an environment that I wish to be in anymore. So just a lot of negativity, and very expensive. And so now I really just go to school. I take 18 credit hours, so it is full-time all the time. I always take summer courses because I'm graduating early. So, but here's the thing that sometimes I have a hard time with this, because just because I'm in school, or just because you're working like on top of school, because I actually worked about almost like 36 hours a week part-time while taking 18 credit hours. And that's actually something that it was absolutely horrible. And my business did suffer from that. So me working part-time like that and on top of 18 credit hours, it was damn near impossible to work my business as far as I felt, which I'm going to go into that later because that's like a big transformation. But as far as being involved, guys, I don't think anyone should ever let school especially be an excuse to not work their business, because literally when I'm in lecture, there are so many people I see on Pinterest, on Facebook, on Instagram, online shopping. That was me, okay? So as far as, because you said, how do I stay organized in college, right? Like with it?
That was the next question. So yeah, I kind of goes together. So just go ahead.
No, you're fine. So as far as like finding a balance, I really think no matter what, you have to take time for yourself a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to take too much me time, because that doesn't get you a promotion. But don't go to a point where you're just thinking that you're busy, but you're really not. You're just scrolling. You're mentally busy, but you're not physically busy, if that makes sense. That's something that was an issue for me, as I would get caught up in all this schoolwork and studying, and I wasn't even doing anything productive. So being real with yourself and saying, power hours, like, when am I going to do this? When am I going to do that? Am I really busy or am I not? And also, like, I have me time. So like the gym, I put my phone on do not disturb and I go to the gym. I'm there for like an hour and a half. That is my time to relax. I think everyone, I'm not a mom, obviously, everyone needs that me time, or you will feel like you're running in circles, especially when you're in a leadership position. Your phone's blowing up and you're just like, dear God, someone help me. So the me time is really important, especially in school or anything after. Now, how I stay organized, so if you saw my apartment right now, you would laugh. It's horrible. But a big thing is obviously my planner. So, obviously I have school, but I always write down what I have. I just use a basic planner, nothing fancy. Don't feel like you have to go spend a lot of money on a planner. That's huge for me. But even then, I forget to check that sometimes. So I always put reminders in my phones. I set alarms. So if I have to go move a customer, I've missed so many things because I forgot to move a customer. Don't make little mistakes like that. Set reminders in your phone. If you have a Zoom training or anything like that, set reminders. Or if you even want to work power hours, right? Go set a reminder. Go set at 3 o'clock, you're going to, have an alarm go off. Okay, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to go out on social media, right? Sorry. I cuss. I'm trying to work on that. I'm really bad about that. But
It's okay. It's
sorry.
fine.
But, you don't even need 30 minutes. Go be better than 10, Stop thinking that you need like 8 hours, like of pure silence to work this business. No, do your thing and put it down and go study, right? Or put it down and go wash some dishes. There's no need personally to be on your phone for 10 hours straight. So find that balance and set reminders. Another thing that has really, really helped me is set dates and get appointments. So I took out let me know out of my vocabulary with talking with potentials, and that's literally let me know is going to be the death of your business, 100% hands down. If they say, oh, when I get paid, when they say, oh, I'll let you know. So if they say, oh, when I get paid, I always get a date and a time. Okay, awesome. When is that so I can put you in my planner so I don't forget? Okay, next Friday. Perfect. I'll message you around 4. Can't wait to talk to you. Guess what? At 4, they're going to get a message from me. If they say, oh, well, I'm going to think about it, I'll be like, okay, perfect. I'll reach back out to you next week around 2 and to just check back in with you. Like, yeah. They didn't tell me no. You're not being pushy, but don't let yourself get walked on, And the moment that you say, oh, just let me know because you want to be the nice, relaxed, cool person. Guess what? The nice, cool, relaxed person doesn't get paid. Okay. So when you're like, just let me know, they're never going to let you know. And it's not that they don't want it. That's not their number one priority like it's ours. You see what I'm saying? Because, this is our job. And so when you say let me know, it's taking, you're giving them all the control. You have no control now, So always get a date, always set a time, always set appointments. I am not for getting walked on. I'm very blunt. Sometimes it's probably a bad thing, but know your worth. Know the worth of your time. I think it was maybe Jade Hooper or something that said it. But just because you're an executive at Ruby, act like you're an ambassador with your time. I don't have time to get the runaround. Do you want the product or not? Sometimes, obviously, you got to ease into it. But it's give me a date, right? If you're serious about or business, especially the business, you're serious about changing your life. I want to talk. So it's today I set up 2 appointments for tomorrow at 11:30, or give them a time. Don't just say, oh, I'm free all day. No, I'm free. Make yourself a priority. Hey, I'm free between 12 and 2 and 5 and 7. What time works best for you? Because if you say, what works best for you? They're going to say, oh, whatever. It goes back and forth, So get a date, get a time, and put it down. I don't know if you guys have seen my stuff on this. Maybe you already know it. But on Instagram, I use bookmarking. Have you guys seen that?
I haven't.
What? Okay, so I work my business all through Instagram. Not gonna lie, I do not like Facebook. I'm not saying to take what I say with a grain of salt. Obviously, if it works for you, cool. Keep doing it. So bookmarking is this right here. Okay, Denny, you know what it is. So bookmarking right here. Do you guys know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I create Facebook. You know how Facebook lists, exist? There was nothing for Instagram. So last month I did a training with our Tiffany's team because no one knew what I was talking about. So I'll go on there and I'll make lists of potential distributors and potential or new ads. So if this is how I stay organized with Instagram. If I love someone or if I just recently add them, I will bookmark them to that collection. And so I do not forget them because Instagram, it's easy to lose someone that you want to connect with. So putting that little effort in to stay organized. When I have potentials text me, I always get their number on social media. When I have them text me, I always save their number as a PLC or PDT so I know what they're doing. I go in the note section on my iPhone, underneath their contact name, and I put what we talked about, who she is, maybe where she's from, so I know. Also, I have a binder. That's something that I personally just made. I have lists that I made, potential lists, distributor lists. So it's something as simple as this that I just made. So it's nothing fancy, but I have all these are my enrolled distributors. and so on, just into my charts. Go on Word, go make some lists. They really help me. And then also for my current customers, what I did, because my retention was absolutely horrible, I did like the index cards. I don't know if you guys seen these on trainings before.
I've Claire does them.
I love them. So it's kind of annoying to put the work in, but I have the dates that they run their auto shipment. So I text them. I try to at least like 2 days before it runs and make sure that that's what they want. And if they need to change anything, oh, I just took that out. Okay, I need to put that back in. But so this really helped me stay organized with customers. So that's everything I use to stay organized.
Yeah, I love that. You do everything you do is what I do, like with the list and the binder and all that, except for I did not know about bookmarking. So that's really cool that you shared that. And also I was going to say about the let me know thing you were talking about. That's so true, because whenever I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I was brand new and Courtney was new too. So we were just kind of like ignorance on fire.
Yep.
And we were talking, like, I would always say, let me know, let me know, let me know. And then I watched Jade's video about talking to potentials, and I changed what I said from saying let me know to I have 1 spot left, and I signed 10 customers that day.
Yes.
Not
or like giving your website. Guys, I've never, like, literally in the past 6 months, I have not sent my website once. Do not send your website. Even if they ask for it, they're like, oh, do you have a site for me to check out? I'm like, yeah, I'll send this, or yeah, I'll send it here in a few. But first I want to hear some of your goals so I can help narrow it down, because there's a lot of products and I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Or I want to narrow it down to make sure that you get really what you need. And by the end of it, they're like, oh my God, how do I get started? And I'm like, I'll need some information. And they're
Yeah, that's really good, because like sending your website is just like,
it's the death.
Because they're never going to talk to you again.
No. And I mean, and so let's say if like they still don't want to send their card information out, and I get that, I'll say, hey girl, that's totally fine. I'll send you my direct link and I'll walk you through it. Is now a good time? And so the first thing I'll always do is I'll send my link and I'll say, okay, first things first, do you see my name and number in the top right-hand corner? I know it's there, but that gives me reassurance that they're actually on my site.
Yeah. I do that.
Yeah.
And then, like, let me know whenever you're there, and then I'll send them the rest of the instructions.
Yep.
I also, like, just like throwing a tip in there, I always ask them if their billing and shipping are the same, because I've lost so many customers from them, like, it giving them an error and then they just give up. So if you ask that, if you need to enroll it, because you can do that through your eSuite now with different billing and shipping, or if they need to call customer service, or if, it's all fine. But that's just like something to throw in there with what you already said.
Right.
Okay, so the next thing is your posts are so pretty. How important would you say it is to have a visually appealing social media account?
So important. And I'm very biased to Instagram. So that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about when I talk about this. So on Instagram, literally they have, I call it just like your IG snap, like headshot or whatever. Your first 9 photos on your Instagram page is what literally is someone going to look at first and say, do I want to follow this person or not? So, and like your bio, right? I like it clean, cut, simple. You have to find, I mean, some people love the emojis. Do whatever you like and whatever fits you. But I never put like, it works distributor. Don't ever do that. Don't ever have your username as it works Ashley, rap with Ashley. No, like you, people don't want to be sold to, but in reality, everything they have is sold to them somehow, but it's ridiculous. But, so when you come to them and you look like a real person, I'm going to follow you, right? So please do not post spammy looking photos. If you don't know what I mean by spammy looking photos, I want you to go right now on your Instagram and type in rap girl. Scroll down. I'm not even kidding you. You will see so many Instagram pages. And I'm not trying to like shit on anyone by any means, but like, would you want to, like, you're going to want to follow someone that looks like a real person. You're not going to want to follow a bunch of graphics. Okay. So if you literally type in rap girl,
it's
here's
ridiculous.
one. Look, graphic, before and after. So, be a real person. So if you post before and after pictures, I personally take them down if they're on the main page. Actually, I don't even do that anymore. I post a picture of myself with going like this, or like, like something like that. And I'll put scroll for awesomeness or something like that. and then I'll scroll in my Instagram, because you can upload multiple photos. If you don't know how to do that, let us know. And then that's where I put my before and after. So I never post before and afters on my page anymore. On Facebook, always post in the comments. That's just my personal thing. When you're posting like pictures, don't feel like you have to be full glam makeup, okay? If that's not you, that's not me. I have no makeup on right now, and I really never do. Okay, so like, because people like realness. They like to be able to relate to you. So, you know, when you're hair up, no makeup, sweaty at the gym, talking about how much you love your thermofit, that's going to hit home with me more than false eyelashes at a gym going, I love my thermofit, and no sweat. Okay, like, it's just, I'm just saying, you know, so please don't feel like you're not pretty enough or you're not skinny enough. This is something that my mom has like dealt with, because she's in the business with me. Own what you look like and own what you have, and be real and be loud and proud. And that's going to really attract people when you're very confident with that. But when you do take these photos, take some time and make sure that they're light and bright. So I personally like cool tones. So I like kind of like a blue tone to my page. I use PicTap Go for all my edits. And so if you guys use PicTap Go, I always use Air. And then I kind of scale it down. And then I use Crispity, and I scale it down a little bit. And then I'll usually do cool it down, and then I'll like scale it down again, or I'll use highlights. Just kind of depends on the picture. So I always use the same thing every single time, because I want a flow on my page. Okay. Another thing that I really focus on is like with the flow is I will always post a real looking photo of like myself or my family or Ethan and I, right? And then the next one, I'll always do like a product, or like me with a product. So I always do lifestyle and product. I always do it. If you go on my page right now, every other photo is something probably of me or a lifestyle. So I do this because you don't want to just hit one market. You want to hit both customer and distributor. So, and I only post twice on Instagram. I do it like right in the morning and then like in the evening. But meanwhile, I post all of my stories showing me using the products or just my lifestyle. But obviously, like, sorry, see, I went off. Sorry, but no, like seriously, guys, the image, like, just put the time light and bright and show you. So I'm not a big fan of posting like the motivational quotes. If you like a quote, use it in your caption. That's what I do, because I want to see you. I don't want to see a whole bunch of quotes. That's just my preference. And then also, like, I don't like when people post pictures that are not of you. So like, if you have like, let's say Courtney Bohr, holding hair, skin, and nails, I personally would never post that on my page, because that's not me. You know, like, I went on someone's page and she had literally so many other people holding products. I didn't even know what she looked like, you know? So that, like, I didn't. I was like, wait, what? I didn't even know that she looked like that, because there's so many different photos. Another thing too, a quick tip that I do. So hair, skin, and nails post. So, like, you know, when you do like the hair models, whatever, I only use blonde hair because I want it to look like my page. That's like a quick little tip. I go on Pinterest, guys. I only use blondes. So it looks more real. People think it's me when it's not. So like little things like that, just make your page look really real. That's my biggest tip. I have like an Instagram training on YouTube that I think, who interviewed me? Someone interviewed me. So you can dig and find that. I think it's there somewhere. I go really in detail on stuff like that.
Sorry. I love it. Those are really good tips. And I think it's funny that you memorize like what you do on PicTap Go, because I could not even tell you what filters I use.
Well, you can actually save
one. Yeah, I have my favorites or whatever, but I don't even know what they're called.
That's like sad probably, but I literally do the same thing every single time, because
like, I knew.
Huh?
And now I'm going to memorize mine, because I'm like, I want to do the same thing, because I tried, but then I'm like, I don't remember what I clicked last time.
Yeah, I do the same thing. So like, it just looks even, because I don't want like, you know, a yo looking photo and then this. It's just, I don't know. Maybe
yeah. No, that makes total sense to me. Like, I totally understand what you're saying, because I try to get all mine to look the same, but then I don't think they do. Okay, what did you do to take this from a part-time hobby to a full-time income?
Okay, so a big thing is that I cut the damn excuses, okay? Every single person has things going on. We all have different lives, okay? But I did this today with my team. I'm like, you got to write down your excuses and write down why are you doing this and what are your goals. And you have to really ask yourself, okay, are you really going to let those puny little pathetic excuses stop you from hitting those goals, right? So like on my dream board as a Denali, right? Is me saying, oh, I don't have enough time, or, oh, I'm just so stressed with school. Is that going to get me a Denali? No, it's not. So, or if you're working full time, future, like when I have future kids, no. So like really being very real with myself and cutting the excuses. Like that I was telling myself. A big thing too is that I cut out a lot of non-productive things. If you guys could see my apartment, I have a nice smart TV and it actually has a blanket over it because I don't watch TV. I literally, not even knowing it, but I literally cut out TV, except for Tuesdays for HGTV. I do watch that on my laptop because I love Fixer Upper. Besides the point. So because guys, when you watch TV, like that's not making you money. And it's kind of crazy when you think about, if you actually take a step back and look at what you're doing, like just scrolling to scroll, right? Watching videos, watching those funny videos and funny memes. They're funny, but that's not building your business. So cutting back things like that, really, really helped. Online shopping, I really had to cut that back. I just like to browse. So like little things like that, be real with yourself and be like, I could be doing this to build my business. Another thing too, I have to say is that I really cut out going out. So especially in college, well, when I was still in my sorority, I would literally like drink from Thursday through Sunday. And that was obviously a big lifestyle change because I've dropped 43 pounds because I've cut all that stuff out. But I'm just saying, like, I would get invited to like the Cactus and things like this. And when I actually promoted to Diamond, it was like my friend's like 21st birthday. And I was like, listen, I'm sorry. I have things to do, so I'm not telling you to live underneath a rock, but or like darties, like day parties, like on Saturdays, I wouldn't go because I was like, this is when I was so focused on promoting. I was like, that's like 6 hours of me just wasting my day when I could be working this business. So maybe that's psycho, but it's like little mental things like that is you have to set your priorities. So that's really what I did. I set power hours. That's been a lifesaver in my business. Setting my goals. What do I want? Not only long-term, but short-term. 6 lists save my day. I'm a list person. I'm a planner. Even if it's just working out, how many loyals do you want in a day? How many distributors do you want? Awesome. How many people do you want to follow today? Cool. How many people do you want to message? Write it down, cross it off. And a big thing that really took it, me mentally, and just doing it. So when I was working at part-time, like I said, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really see the potential in it. So when I decided to do more of a full-time thing, my perspective really changed and I saw the opportunity with it. And I was very me focused when I was part-time. And when I went full-time, I literally didn't even look at my diamond chart anymore. When I was distributor rank, I actually left a big group. I did my own team with my own team checks. I didn't even know my team because I was in a huge group chat. So I pulled out. I focused on them. I had no idea what I was doing. I got all of their charts out and put them all over my diamond chart, and I just filled them out, and I worked with them, and I worked with them. I worked on my executive charts, my 400 spots before I even looked at my diamond chart, and long before, like, I was like 300 volume away from diamond. So changing my sight on them instead of myself really, really I think you honestly have to do that when you go full time because you are nothing without your team. It sucks sometimes because I'm very independent and I want to do it myself. But guys, you are nothing without your team. So take the time and invest in them. I got to know their whys. Why are you doing this? Have a conversation with them because if they do fall off track, you can reach out to them and be like, hey, listen, I know that you don't want to go back on food stamps. Something like that. You might relight their fire. So changing my perspective from me-based to them and focusing on my team was a huge transition that I still obviously do today.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's so true because, I mean, if you're not focusing on them, then they feel like, I don't know, I just feel like everybody's happier if you're helping your team.
Yeah. And I'm not saying to just obviously build everyone and build legs. I mean, I build people who are working. I've actually rebuilt my double diamond chart 4 times now. And it happens, guys. It seriously happens. But I'm going to work with the people who want to be here, and I give them time, but you can't hold anyone's hands and you can't beg them. I'll never beg, I'll never persuade. But focus on the people who are hungry. And I don't care if that's one person. You pour into that one person so hard. you make them your diamond, your ambassador. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have 25 people. I'd rather have 5 people over 25 that are actually.
Yes. And like the same thing, like you said, whenever I was like promoting, I was not going and doing stuff. Like, and I didn't want to. Like, I wanted to promote. I thought that I knew that making money was more important, like saving my family and myself was more important than going out with my friends and spending money that I really didn't need to be spending anyways. And it makes a difference.
No, and that's the thing, like, and I mean, I'm not a boring person, but like on my 21st birthday, I was literally helping Taylor promote to executive. Like on a Monday night, I literally was like, I'm not going out, I'm working. You know, I mean, given I've gone out before, but I'm just saying, I was just like, your priorities change, you know, when you really become serious with it.
Okay. I'm almost done, okay? Okay, sorry. Okay, so how important would you say that Facebook Lives are?
Very. I love Facebook Lives, and I mean, when I was first starting, it was more obviously to hit like a market, and I feel like now, since I really work on Instagram, my Facebook Lives really hit like other distributors as far as like inspirational. But going live, obviously, just boost your algorithm. Lochelle Ann has great algorithm videos out there if you ever want to look. But just allowing people to see you, that changes everything. You can actually go live on Instagram as well. You know, it's kind of same with voice messaging. You know, it lets people know that you're real instead of just a robot. And it's okay to mess up. It's okay to like laugh and be weird and just like do your thing, because okay, think about it. Why do we love, maybe you don't, but why do most of us love reality TV? Like, because you're actually seeing them. Like, as much as we hate to say it, like the Kardashians, right? People, they're so successful because they live their life. Like, that's like live video. That's reality TV. So if you have kids or you're in college, like, it doesn't have to be at work. Just talk about your life. Like, get those views and things like that. And also, like on Instagram, so when I message potentials, I literally send videos. So I send like, you know how you do like Snapchat or whatever, you do like a 15-second video. That's how I respond. I just responded to a girl. I had a 24 karat gold mask on with my hair slicked back. And I was messaging her about the business, and she was like laughing her ass off, because you're real. Like, you're not just like, hi, my name is Ashley Norberg. Do you want to join my business? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be fun. So doing little things like that, step out of your comfort zone. When I speak, my face, like my neck gets so red. Who cares? Like, have fun with it, guys. Just do it.
Yes, I love it. You remind me so much of my friend Kayla, and it's like she's my friend that is married to the guy that's in the military.
Uh-huh.
Like, y'all talk the same. Her neck, it's all like red and rashy, and she's just like the most blunt person. I'm like, I swear y'all are the same person. That's so funny. Sorry, that was really off topic, but you just remind me so much of her. Okay, so do you use different tactics when recruiting fellow college students rather than older adults? If so, what are they?
So I'll be honest with you, like, now that I've like realized, honestly, a lot of my people that are working with me are around my age, or like early 20s. So I really think that just depends on what you're putting out there, and also how you add your target market. So I'm a big believer in like, you need to know your market. Like, that's something that's huge. You know, and maybe it's just in my head, but sometimes I feel like I have a hard time relating to people who have like a family, you know, just because like as far as like time management, things like that, I don't really get it. Clearly I don't have kids, but so like everyone asks me, like older people, like, oh my God, how do you get college people? I'm like, we're easy. I'm sorry. I think we're easy. But the only thing that sometimes you have to I struggle with, at least when college kids, is that sometimes they don't get it. Sometimes, you know, because they're still living on mommy and daddy's money. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen it firsthand, literally at Purdue. They don't understand because they've never had to struggle yet. Not always, but I'm just saying they haven't had that. You know, they don't understand what it's like to have 93 cents to your bank account. You know, I've worked since I was 12. Not everyone's like that. So as far as getting them, I would just say it's really based off of what I add. So really when I'm adding, you know, extending my network, I look for more so like junior, senior, and young professionals. I kind of actually stay away from the freshmen. Is it Cheyenne or Cheyenne? How you pronounce it?
What is it? I'm sorry. It was like.
No, you're good. Is it Cheyenne Knox?
Oh, yeah, Cheyenne.
Right. So like she was in high school and she killed it. So So it just kind of varies. But for me, I stay away from the freshmen because sometimes like they're just so wrapped up in the newness and their party and that's not a priority for them. So I find more success with like junior, senior on young professional. And that's just obviously I'm adding them. I'm networking with them. I'm liking their stuff. I'm interacting. So it really kind of stems off of kind of how you're adding. But at the same time, I'm also young, and I'm also putting it out there. And so, but like, I know some girls, like you guys are obviously all young. And even if you have kids, my recommendation, like if you are posting a lot, maybe post more of you. Obviously don't hide your kids, but I'm just saying post still of you and your lifestyle, doing the things, because Tiffany had kids, but I still was like, oh my God, she's doing things. She has Louis Vuittons. I want to be here, So like that lifestyle. And when I'm talking with them, it's not like I'm saying, oh, get your family out of debt, right? Or your kid's formula. Cause I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know how much that costs. I don't have house payment. So when I'm talking to students and if they're like, oh, I'm just kind of scared or I'm afraid, I'm like, I'll talk to them and be like, okay, aren't you more afraid of continuing to be broke? Aren't you more afraid of not being able to go on your fall trips and your spring break trips or your student loans that are going to come up in the next year? I tell them, I'm like, why wouldn't you want to work for it now? So when, those student loans are knocking at your door, you can pay those. And because like sometimes they don't get that they can do this full time because they're so set. Like we're mentally so brainwashed that we have to go to career fairs, punch it out, go get a corporate job. That was honestly me. Like, I'm like, I can't do this full time. I have to go work a corporate job. So I'll tell them, do this as a side hustle, if anything, for starters, while you're working your corporate job to pay for your student loans. $500 a month, that's a double payment on your student loan.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of put it into perspective and like creep on their page. If you know that they have like fake eyelashes and fake nails and hair extensions, be like, girl, do you realize that $500 a month could cover like fresh lashes and nice ass coffin like nails? Like, you know what I mean? Like just kind of creep a little bit and get a feel. And I always love the ones who have like Louis Vuittons and tell me they don't have money. And I'm like, oh, but I love your Louis.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like, and this may just be me, but I always feel like when I'm talking to college kids, like, specifically, they are, like, never have money. And I'm like, wasn't why you need to do this. But, like, do you get that a lot, too, like, with college kids?
So,
but I don't know. I didn't have money when I joined either, so.
Yeah, and I think that's just their easy way, but I'll see them at the bar spending $30 a night on that. So literally when I'm talking to people sometimes, and if I like know that they're going out and they say that I don't have money, and I would be like, you know what, like I get that, I thought that too, but I made the change. Instead of spending $30 at a bar that I'm literally going to puke or pee out, I invested into my health. That's actually going to benefit me. And they're like, oh wow, you're right. Or they just don't reply. It's fine. I don't care. But I don't take that excuse. Like that's a bunch of bull. I'm sorry. Like you have fake nails. That's $100 a month, literally, for refills twice. That's $100 a month. So like little things like that. I'm very red sometimes. So like sometimes I can just like tell them like, well, you do, and like Alyssa, Billy talked about tonight on our training trade-offs. What are you willing to give up to get this, right? If you truly want to be healthier, what can we give up? Maybe eating out as much, maybe going to the bars as much if you truly want to make this transition into affording it. Another thing, how I think I really hit my market is how I post, is in regards to my captions. Like I will talk about being in school and the fact that I don't have to get a corporate job, or the fact that I don't have to get a part-time job, right, during school. So if you guys are in college, blow that up. Even if you're not really making what you want to be making. When I was making $200, that was the best damn $200 that I've ever seen in my life. You blow that up. Like even as a diamond, I was like, oh, I'm making a strong 4-figure a month income. No, but like, that's what I'm going to do. So I just talk about it because I'm excited. I'm like, I don't care if I want to make $2,000. That's $2,000 I didn't have, So just putting it out there and posting about it, telling your story. Like if you did start when you're younger, talk about your story and how the fact, that you can go to, or that you don't have to go to career fairs anymore because you can work from home. Like things like that, just put it in their perspective. Or that you're going to pay off your student loans in 2 years thanks to this business. That's what I say. I don't even know if that's going to happen or not, but I hope so. Like, yeah. Just talking like that, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Okay, so leave us with an aha moment you've had, or your biggest one so far in the business.
Can I do like 2 like little ones?
Yeah.
Okay, because they go together. So
well, I'm pretty sure everybody on here has seen your one about the college career fair and all that, like, we all, like, that's whenever I was like, okay, we need to get her on a Zoom. Like, everyone was obsessed with that video. But if that's one of them, you can go ahead and say it again, because I don't know if
Is that when I was bowling?
Yeah, it was so cute, though.
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, this is the second time I only talked about this. My first aha moment was when I was not working, guys. This is when I was an executive level. Remember that It Works cruise? So
Yeah.
Tiffany and her actually earned spots, and she couldn't go because she was pregnant. So she gave me a spot. I didn't even earn it. So I was in a little 2-man cabin, and that was my first time I saw everyone. And I was like, I'm very competitive in a very good sense. So, and I was grateful for what she did, but at the same time, I was like, why the hell can I not be in a nice suite, right? I want to be in a suite. And I was kind of like mad at myself. I'm like, if they can do it, why did I not do it? So being around those positive people and just hearing it and seeing all the success, and like, I remember I watched Courtney walk by and I was like, you know, but I didn't say anything. But that was the start. So that was November, and that's when I came back and I started working, because I was like, I was embarrassed. I really was, because I'm like, I want like people to know me, and that's probably really selfish, but I was like, I want to be like, what's up, you know, like, cool. And then the next big one I would say would be, these kind of go hand in hand. So I was obviously with Ethan at this time, but so it started with the career fair, which I kind of talked about. I'll talk about it again. My sophomore year, I was still doing It Works, but I was kind of back and forth. This is actually before the cruise, my bad. But I went to the career fair, and I was talking with like Stryker, Cummins, Budweiser, like big companies, Target, and something was always missing. I was like, I don't see myself here. You know, I read so many job descriptions, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but do I really want to do it for the rest of my life? I was like, just nothing was clicking. I felt fake talking to them, you know, just like, oh, this and this and this. And like there's no work-life balance. They literally own you. And I just sat there, and like, I came home, and I'm like, why do I want to go work for someone else? And, you know, I don't want to do that. And I said to myself, I go, I just want to be my own boss. So I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. You literally have this on your hands. So I'm like, I'm an idiot because I have this amazing opportunity on my hands. I'm just doing nothing with it. And I was like, something has to change. And around that time, that was like October-ish. And then I had the cruise. And then overall, I think the biggest aha was really my why that changed. So when I first started, I didn't have a why that made me cry. Maybe I'm not alone with that, but I wanted nails and hair and manicures and all that stuff. Really when I got more zoned in, and obviously Ethan really is a big part of my why. Just be honest, I'm not going to cry. But when I met him, like, I instantly fell in love with him. I knew that was the guy I wanted to marry. Everything changed, and he's in the military. He's stationed in North Carolina. And I knew that Fayetteville does not have, I'm overqualified for everything for my degree. And that's when I knew that I have to do something, because I cannot work a corporate job there. I just can't. Or I'd have to be away from him for 3 more years working a shitty job that I didn't want to be at while he's living his life. And like, we already were apart for about a year, and I'm like, screw this. Like, I refuse to go another 3 years not being with him. So that's a big motivator that I really push for every single day. When we were just down there, we actually were putting an offer in for a house when he comes back from pre-ranger course. And awesome. It's insane though, because it's like, I'm able to work from home because of this business. And still sometimes, guys, I still doubt myself sometimes. I'm like, wow, am I making the right decision? Should I go get a corporate job? And then I remember why I'm doing this and what it's allowing me to do. And he's so supportive. And like, he actually, I enrolled him. I made him, but he's super into this too. And just having his support is like, just still motivates me. But I would say overall my why, and then being exposed to those successful people, and I'm like, why can I not do this? And then obviously just being real with myself, and I'm like, I have an amazing opportunity. Why am I not using it? Because guys, I'm just going to be honest with you. So I'm literally a business major here, and starting your own like brick and mortar company is so much work, so much cost and overhead. It is horrible. Like I do not want to do it. And so we have an amazing opportunity that you literally be your own boss with damn near no debt, like, or anything.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. And like, I don't know, you do have to find your reason why you're doing this, because if you don't have a reason, then you're not going to have any drive. And this is another thing that kind of comes into play, like her with the cruise, is like, go to conference. Like, you will see. I went to conference, let's see. Well, I don't even know what year going. I went to conference in 2016. I was a triple diamond, but I wasn't a VIP elite. Like, that was presidentials and ambassadors. And Courtney are VIP elite, and they're in their like little square, like where everybody's different, it's like separated. And I was waking up at 5 a.m. so I could get in line to get a good enough seat where I could see. And I was like, no, like I'm gonna be there. And the next month I went presidential.
That's
And
awesome.
you just see it, and you're just like, I want to be there. Like you see these people in VIP, and you're just like you were saying with the cruise, you're just like, gosh, I could be sitting with those people. I should be sitting with them. And then you do it.
Right.
I don't know.
That's the thing is that, like, I don't know who's diamond or not, or who's, below, but like, I am no better than any of you guys. Just like Courtney and Tiffany, Alyssa, they just like Stephanie Dunn always says, we asked more people. Get out of your comfort zone. So I actually went to Diamond without messaging anyone. I do not recommend that. It took me a damn year to do it. But since I have been messaging people and actually working like a double diamond, like I've had so much more success with it, guys. So if you're not messaging, go and message. Like do those things that those top leaders are doing if you want to be there, because that's it. Everyone has the same resources, the same steps to success. It's just they're using their time better and they're doing more.
Yep. 100%. Well, thank you so much for being on here. I'm sure they loved it. They're like messaging me, telling me how awesome you are.
You're welcome.
So I'll put it on my YouTube.
Okay.
As soon as it uploads. So thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Have a good night.
All right. Thanks, you too. Bye, guys.
Bye.